The SNP don't have a manifesto for government, they have a manifesto of conditions. Willing to make Jeremy Corbyn the next Prime Minister if he agrees to their terms on independence, among other issues. So when Nicola Sturgeon came to make her big pitch, she instead found herself batting away questions about the Labour leader.
If Labour ever want to give me the chance to choose who leads them, I will not choose Jeremy Corbyn. I'm not a fan of Jeremy Corbyn. I deplore Jeremy Corbyn's lack of leadership on the issue of anti-Semitism.
Front and centre in this manifesto, the SNP demands Scotland be given powers to hold a second independence referendum. They also insist on more investment in Scotland's NHS and an NHS Protection Act to keep it off the table in any trade talks. And they want drug policy to be devolved to tackle drug deaths. Scotland now has the worst record for this in the EU.
The Scottish Affairs Committee at Westminster, a cross-party committee chaired by an SNP MP, said that your cuts to addiction services had made the situation, made the drug deaths worse, and also said that the Scottish Government needs to show that it can use its own powers more effectively before demanding extra powers from Westminster. In your manifesto, you're demanding more powers.
We are putting in extra investment. We are working with alcohol and drug partnerships across the country to address the issues of demand.
Given your record on health in Scotland, there's a crisis in hospitals in Glasgow, children dying, a children's hospital in Edinburgh that can't open, the drug death crisis here. Should it be Jeremy Corbyn who has concerns about entering a partnership with you?
The record of the SNP on health is a good one. It's much better in many respects than governments elsewhere in the UK, but we are investing to address the issues that health services everywhere are dealing with.
For the SNP to be kingmakers, they need to win back seats like this in East Renfrewshire, lost to the Conservatives in 2017. But in this community centre, we found a lot of unenthused voters. Today was the launch of the SNP manifesto. This is a seat that they are targeting to win. What are you thinking about their pitch so far?
Not overly impressive, is it?
Would you consider yourself normally into politics?
Yes, very much so.
But this election just...
This is probably the least involved in an election I've ever been.
There's a lot of talk today about Boris Johnson or Jeremy Corbyn and who should Nicola Sturgeon back.
I've always been a fan of Boris Johnson before he was Prime Minister.
Have you been impressed by anyone?
From what I have seen, no.
She has her problems with Jeremy Corbyn, but Nicola Sturgeon still hopes this manifesto will see her shaking hands with the Labour leader outside Downing Street in just over a fortnight. Peter Smith, News at 10, Glasgow.